Everyone knows Cristiano Ronaldo and his storyline, his rise to fame, his rise to glory, and how he went on to become one of the world's best players coming from the little island of Madeira back in Portugal. But where do I come from in this story? This is Kisumu, the port city of Kenya, and supposedly where my dad comes from, who is a travel enthusiast, loves traveling a lot, and somehow ends up in Madeira. And in Madeira, he went to see the seas and all the glory, and there he meets my mother. And after experimenting in a hotel room with my mom, they begot me. And one thing about my dad is that he's a very big Real Madrid fan, therefore a Cristiano Ronaldo fan. I mean, who isn't a Cristiano Ronaldo fan in Madeira? And because of that, he enrolls me with CD Nacional's football academy, the same academy Cristiano Ronaldo went to, and on that he becomes a key element in my footballing journey and my rise to glory, hoping that one day I can become the next Cristiano Ronaldo. And I do not disappoint him, as at the age of 17 I get called up to the senior squad due to my good performances in the academy, and here my footballing career officially begins. My agent Chloe later on texts me in the day telling me how she has been instrumental in me signing my contract, and I should remember that anytime I need anything I could look for her. This season's UEFA Player of the Season becomes Kylian Mbappe, and I promise myself that one day that will be me in that seat. My first game of the season comes against Firenze, where the coach comes and tells me that he expects me to start in this game, and I am just as to why.
Well, good evening to you wherever you are in the world. We are just about ready for the action here. Kickoff is imminent. The teams indeed with us very soon, having exchanged their various pleasantries. What I have to tell you is that the weather may not be great for the duration of the evening. Crowds yet to open, but one suspects that they will pretty shortly as the race comes. We are warned to expect plenty of it.
Well, I dare not question the coach's decision making in this situation, but I would just be happy to be given a chance to start the game. But you could tell that pressure was mounting on me a lot as a 17-year-old starting my first game, and that could be replicated even in my first touch of the ball in the first half. That was a clear indication that I was not yet game ready. Later on in the first half, we had a very beautiful 1-2 with my teammate, and I set him off on the right wing, and later on he managed to get a pass back to me, but I couldn't control it in an attempt to try to get a shot on goal, and it was cleared. This unfortunately led to a counter attack from which they managed to score the first goal of the game.
So impressive. I'm not making any.
I was told by my teammates to pick myself up, and I tried, but unfortunately I gave away the ball again very cheaply this time around, led to another counter attack from the team, and the second goal was scored. Both goals were my mistake, and I was feeling very bad about this at this moment. At halftime, the coach called me aside and told me to get in over my head and try to get my foot in the second half. He had seen better from me in the academy, and I promised to try and do so. That is when later on in the game I got my first chance, clear sight of goal, to get a shot away, but unfortunately I couldn't get it away because the referee suddenly called for a free kick, of which I didn't understand how it was committed though. I then released a really poor pass trying to move our team forward, but fortunately enough for me, my teammate managed to recollect that one, and we reconvened and created a very good chance on goal for one of my teammates to get a shot away, but unfortunately it just went very wide. My first chance for a good clean shot towards goal came later on when
Oh,
I
what a ball
placed
is
a
in
good
here.
ball to my right back, and it brought a
And
very,
that's
very
it.
good cross into the box, of which my teammate tried to do the overhead kick, but unfortunately it went wide. We later on did a very, very good high press with one of
Pressing's
my teammates,
intense,
and
and
I
he's
managed to
got it.
get a shot away, but unfortunately it was very, very
Relieving.
wide.
Just
That was
needed a bit
enough
of
for the
contact.
coach to be
Well,
able
the
to
defence are in a
substitute
good
me off
position
later
to
on, and
get behind
he
the
just
ball
said
and let
enough
you
is enough,
strike from
yes,
range.
enough, I need to come off, I am not
Could be
settling
another
in the
change here.
match.
Well, for
The
me,
game
this was
ended
the
as
opposite.
a 2-0 loss, and I felt very, very bad for being causing the two goals, and everything was really downing on me. But the coach told me after that in the dressing room, but it is normal when I am starting my first game as a 17-year-old, and I should not feel guilty at all. I got an average rating of 5.4 in the match and promised myself that will be my lowest rating. That evening, my dad prepared a barbecue party and invited some of his friends over together with my mom's friends for us to celebrate my professional debut, and they gave me all sorts of advice on how I should handle my career and my ego because it would be a problem. In the next game in the Taca de Portugal against Santa Clara, the coach started me again, and I wondered how, considering we had some really good strikers in the team like Joel Tagu, Dudu Tedora, Diego Souza, and a couple more. I questioned it, but I had to put my work in training to show the coach that I was ready for the game. So I set out training more. I put a lot of skill points on my shooting, my dribbling, and particularly my stamina because it was really bad.
The opening day of the competition accompanied by all the regular hope and expectation. The entrants start together on the same line. Everybody has nothing. Previous editions of this competition have provided so much drama down the years, so much romance as well. This year's vintage will no doubt do the same. You can sense that extra spring expectancy in everybody's step. Even those of the officials, so let us hope that it lives up to billing. Is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the...
A few minutes into the game, the keeper lofted a ball forward, which I failed to control with my head, leading to a very, very good counter-attack by the Santa Clara players, who got their first goal from a goalkeeping mistake. He tried to save the ball initially and didn't, and let them score from that resulting drop ball.
Sharpness, swiftness, opportunism, a poacher's finish. Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Later on, we then had a really, really, really good chance to get the ball forward and get a shot away. But this time round too, like the last time, I couldn't get my footing and I lost the ball due to some really good defensive. The resulting possession led to another chance for Santa Clara, which they almost scored their second from. I couldn't let myself feel down because of the balls I was losing and leading to chances being created, and so I became myself.
Kelly.
A really, really good ball into the box that led to the first assist of my career, my first professional goal contribution, and it came against Santa Clara in the Taca de Portugal, a day I will never forget. It was a really, really well worked ball from the team, a really sweet pass, and one I will always remember. Another chance came on in the 9 minutes of the first half, where I was placed for another beautiful ball, fed it out wide. It was returned to me at the edge of the box, but my control was always the issue, so it fed the defender the ball and he could block it and prevent me from scoring. At halftime it was 1-1 and things were going pretty well in that first half for me. I felt that I came alive in this game, and it was just the beginning.
Kelly. Played out towards the right wing. Picked out brilliantly. Pressing's intense and it's paid off. Kelly. A lot of space ahead of him. Wants to strike.
With all our glory and all the chances created in the second half, we couldn't do anything and the game had to go to extra time to be decided. My stamina was very low, but the coach decided that I am staying on. He saw some potential in me. He saw that I could win for us this game. But unfortunately, a kickoff glitch in the first half of extra time almost made us concede the very first goal straight from kickoff, and it was not ideal. So we acted up and took our chances, tried to take our chances at least according to how my control there was, and I knew at this point that my control was something that I needed to work on.
It's a big well done to both defences for refusing to buckle under the pressure. Upstairs, and we're ready to go.
This game could not be decided on normal time and extra time, so it headed to penalties, of which Santa Clara missed their first penalty massively, and then our captain Diego Sousa did not convert his to it. Was saved by the goalkeeper.
That's a super save from the second man in line.
Both teams had to score the following penalties to be in the game, and that one is what they actually did. Jack also scored his first goal for Santa Clara in that penalty shootout, and then Avin Apia also scored his penalty to keep the rest of us in the game. After that second penalty from Santa Clara, it was now my turn to get myself a penalty goal, but the pressure built on me. The pressure was piling, looking at the fans, looking at the stadium, looking at the people at home, and I missed. Fortunately, the goalkeeper was on my side and he helped me by saving the second penalty, at least lowering the guilt a little bit. That meant we were still in this game if we were to score our next, and we did score. Few penalties later, Santa Clara hit the post, and that gave us a chance to win this penalty shootout and eventually progress to the second round of the Taca de Portugal. Well, I was in the group celebrating the win, but I knew that I had missed my penalty, but I didn't let it weigh down on me, as one of my relatives had told me that even if you do something that does not appease your fellow teammates, don't let it weigh down on you. Next up, we hosted Santa Clara at home, now in the league after playing them in the cup, and with that burst of confidence that I had coming from the previous game, I knew that this was a game for me to showcase myself and maybe this time round get a goal instead of just an assist. So with that confidence coming into this game, there was much to do, and that was seen immediately from the opening minutes as we first created a really good chance for a shot on goal, and I was involved in the play all along. That confidence was getting into me as a player, and I was no longer that 17-year-old who was afraid to step onto the pitch in the first game of the episode or the first game of the season.
Kelly. Looking for options for movement. And the shot!
It was clearly visible even in the face of the fans and the face of the coach that I was getting my footing in this game, and I had a really good chance at a shot in goal. Unfortunately, the keeper was always there to cover it.
Back into the middle. Tries a shot! And the follow-up. Good effort, and it is right on half-time. But it has been a half largely of crowds and should.
In the second half, the cycle continued, and when we came out of the locker room, we told ourselves that we must take the lead with the shortest time possible. Though it took until the 70th minute, I got my second goal involvement in my career.
Gets his pass away. And the shot!
A second assist for the team, that was enough to get me going, and I knew that now I needed a goal in this match, but I was fatigued to a level that I couldn't continue, and the coach decided to substitute me out and save my energy for the next game. I was happy to get my second assist, but unfortunately I was not happy that Santa Clara later on managed to equalize to end the game as a 1-1 draw. I felt like we deserved better, but I was happy with my second assist. 2 goal involvements against one club, that is in Santa Clara, Lara. I felt like they were the team that were going to give me a little bit of the goods in terms of goals. A 7.2 average rating, same as the man of the match award, but I just couldn't get that man of the match award, unfortunately. My CV was also looking really good, 3 games, 2 assists, and a 6.6 average rating. Next up, Benfica, my first competitive game of the season. In the tunnel, I met up with Angel Di Maria and asked him for a shirt swap after the game, of which he told me that if I could get a goal or an assist, I could even get his shoes. I was ready.
A drop or two of rain as the day grows older. But regardless of that, there is a lovely backdrop here. The ambience is good, smashing noise from both sets of supporters, and expectations high in both camps. Really is quite a sight to behold this. It feels like a big game, it looks like a big game. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Atrikolu. That's a corner kick. Played out towards the right wing. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Oh, it's played into the area. He's gone for goal! Takes on his marker. No way through, so back it comes. Out to the left it goes. That's tidy. And the finish! Goal! Benfica! On the cusp of half. Threads one in. Oh, played through for the wide man. And a header!
I had some good opportunities in that first half, including the shot that went wide and the cross that couldn't be headed goalwards. In the second half, I came out and very confidently took a shot on goal that was just covered by Nicolas Otamendi off the line. That was a really huge chance for me to get us back level on terms, and immediately after that attempt we had a really good attempt, of which I ruled that I couldn't get the goals away. It was a really good defensive masterpiece from Benfica, as they blocked the ball not once, not twice, but 3 times to prevent me from scoring and drawing us level. I saw that I tried my best, and if anyone was watching in the stands, then they knew that I had tried my best at all. But unfortunately, my best was not enough, as Benfica, in the dying minutes of the game, added a second.
There's always a chance of being caught like that when you surrender with football.
Everything seemed to slow down after that. The game ended as a 2-0 defeat, and I felt like I had really failed myself, as one of the most iconic players in the football world, Angel Di Maria, was watching. I wanted to prove myself to him and to the world that I was ready, but I couldn't. I later on met with him after the game, and he gave me his shirt and told me that I played a really good game, and next time I will get his shoes if I manage to do something even better. That defeat left us sitting dead last at the bottom of the table, and I knew we had work to do. I myself did not get a goal for my first games, and I knew I had work to do.